Up next is Breakfast in a Can from Lockgill Brewing. It's Chuckee Larmz. Hey, welcome back to Views and Brews. I am Brendan, and this is a beer that I'm excited to try. I won a competition where I got a few beers from Lockgill Brewery. They sent me this nice little, I guess it's like a Willy Becker half pint glass, which is really cool. So I like that. Haven't had the chance to use it, but a 9.1% Imperial Marshmallow Lucky Charm Milk Stout is the perfect occasion to absolutely crack open this glass with this beer. In your hand is a silky creamy milk stout, so it's going to be sweet, brewed with heaps of breakfast cereal, so it's going to be even sweeter, and marshmallows, so it's going to be sweeter still. So I know exactly what I'm getting here. Packing a punch of 9.1% ABV, this beer is magically delicious. Grab a spoon and dig in. It says, I'm excited. This is one of those beers that you don't get too critical about. I mean, as long as it's not sickly sweet, I think I'm just going to enjoy it for the fun of it. I like their new label wrap can designs. This is a limited edition, by the way. It says so on the back. It's just a bit of fun. Chuckee Larmz, because they don't want to get any copyright going on. Okay, looks like I'm going to get a decent head on this beer, so there's a bit of body going on. Obviously, it must have lactose in it as well. Yeah, it does. It has wheat, barley, oats, hops, yeast, lactose. Lucky Charms breakfast cereal was added to this, and marshmallows. So there's actual marshmallows gone in here. It does give you that immediate sense of it being a pastry stout, which is obviously the category of beer. It's an imperial stout, but anytime you go with dessert sort of ideas or breakfast ideas, you know, you're really talking about that kind of sweet, overly sweet sometimes, sort of pastry stout idea. Sometimes breweries can go a little bit over the top. Sometimes they're a bit artificial. Let's see what this one is like. It's certainly got a very decent holding head in it. Love the glass, by the way. Absolutely love this glass. Some beer glasses, you know, they take pride of place. This one, I didn't know if it was going to, but I kind of like find it a bit cute. It's really nice. Cheers for sending me those beers along, Lockgill. At the time of sending me, they had no idea I was a beer reviewer, so I should point that out. Let's have a little sniff and see what this is like. Well, I get vanilla, I get sweet caramel, I get bits or ideas of chocolate going on in there, but very much lactose, combined with that creamy vanilla idea. Almost like the milkshake, but dark stout milkshake idea. And that's pretty much it on the nose. Not much on the coffee, not much on the burnt, not much on the dark malt. It's all really about that lactose, and I guess cereals and marshmallows. Although cereals and marshmallows, if you put those up to your nose, what can you smell? Pretty much nothing. Cheers, Slodger. Let's have a go. Well, does it say smooth here? It doesn't. It says silky and creamy. One thing I would add to that is it's very smooth drinking. Silky smooth is an expression I use quite a lot to describe some beers that have oats in. And the cereal contribution in this, I think that cereal contribution has made this kind of silky smooth. So that is the way I would describe it on the mouthfeel, because it's the first thing that caught my attention when I put the beer in my mouth. Is it's really smooth drinking. No harsh tones to it. No harsh, acidic, acrid malt or anything like that. I had Brewdog's layer cake not too long ago, and where I think Brewdog made the flavors by adding flavor to it, actual flavorings, I think what Lockgill have done, which is a lot better, is they've created flavors. Now, obviously, there's a bit of lactose going on, and I'm eyeballing my cat right now because she's going absolutely mad because she's not normally allowed in here. But what they've done here is the cereals, the marshmallows, the lactose, the oats, it's all come together to make a really silky smooth drinking, nice, flavorful beer. It is in that category of pastry stout, although they do label it as an Imperial, Marshmallow, Lucky Charm, milk stout. Yes, you could call it a milk stout as well. Not too dissimilar to Brewdog's. Brewdog have a milk stout, which is a nitro stout with Vietnamese coffee, roaster coaster. This has elements of that. Obviously, this isn't a nitro stout and doesn't have coffee in it, but there does seem to be very, very gentle, subtle tones of mocha going on in there, just in the background, which you might not pick up. But I'm getting it. It's kind of nice. I'm actually enjoying it for what it is. A lot of lactose. For me, I think lactose is a bit of a Marmite ingredient in beer. You either love lactose or you don't. A lot of people don't. Where I really like lactose is in a kind of a strawberry milkshake IPA. Rascals, I think, do one like that. Where I don't like lactose is when it takes over a beer and makes it super, super sweet. What I think they've done here is they've got a lot of enjoyable vanilla elements that are creamy, and they've just got enough restraint going on that it doesn't tip it over the edge. I don't know what it is with my palate, but whenever I read marshmallow on any kind of beer, I have never once in my entire life tasted the flavor of marshmallows. Now, last year I went camping and I actually toasted marshmallows with my kids over the fire. Got big jumbo American marshmallows. There isn't much of any kind of flavor to marshmallows except the outside when you burn it and give it that toasty sort of element. So you can apply that as an idea, as a descriptor, but you don't really taste much in marshmallows because they don't taste of much. Cereals sometimes have a very weak malty flavor to them, and really what builds it all up in a beer like this is the idea of those. It's kind of like the suggestion of marshmallows. I don't know, they've put marshmallows in here, but you could easily say that the lactose is like abounding with marshmallow aroma and flavor. If you open up a bag of marshmallows, but I know the difference between lactose and I know the difference between that and marshmallows. Marshmallows don't necessarily have milk powder put in their ingredients. So yeah, so for me, this is a really enjoyable and fun Imperial milk stout. The marshmallow thing, that's by the by. If you get marshmallows in a milk stout like this, then you are absolutely bang on, but it's not that way for me. However, do I love the beer? Yes, I do. I think it's fun. I think it's a good use of brewers in a brewery that get to experiment. You know, they absolutely need to do that and should do that. I think it's a fun play on Chuckee Larmz, on Lucky Charms, and I'm going to enjoy the beer. Cheers, sláinte, and it's on to the next one. Bye-bye.